But I'm curious, I read into your background and service is a big part of your life, always has been. I heard you talk about your mother and her sort of relationship with service and growing up, you and your siblings, everybody really getting involved with that. Obviously, I feel like it goes without saying, service is good. It's good for the soul. It's good for others. But why to you was that such an important part of your life and sort of shaping you on this, journey you're on now?
It's interesting. I feel like there are so many things you don't realize about your life until you become a parent. Like there are so many things that you grow up thinking like, I'm never going to do this when I have kids, or why did my parents do that? Or like, I'm sure when I was younger, like, why am I at this event? I'm tired. Like I want to go home or something like that, And so it really, once I had kids, became very crystal clear to me that like, oh, I understand this is the service that I was doing with my mom and my siblings is exactly what I want to be doing with my kids, because I would love for them to be doing, sort of carrying the torch as they get older. So I think for me, it was really entering into this place where I wanted to, show my kids and involve my kids in everything that I'm doing. And I feel like that's one of the real blessings of the kind of work that I do, is that like they're in the know about all the things, they're engaged, they're involved, my three kids. And so that actually is kind of the most awesome thing. So I think that, when people look into like reasons, if you're looking for a reason to do more community service or to get more engaged or more involved in something that you really care about and you have kids, I think it's such a great way to introduce topics that you want to talk to your kids about. It's a great way to spend time with them. And I also just feel like I expect and I want them to be the kids that are going to speak up if they see something wrong, or they're going to be the ones who want to like lead or do some type of, social activism. So for me, it feels kind of just like a full circle thing. Like maybe we don't really know why something is happening when you're young. And then kind of now that I'm older and I'm on this other side of it where I'm like, oh, okay, yes, this is exactly why we do these things, because we are sort of the most influential people in our children's lives. I mean, we're going to be teaching our kids the most important lessons. And I hope that this is one of the lessons that, they learn from me.
Mm-hmm. And then, it becomes such a passion just in doing it. It becomes, I can't help this whole like past week, everything with Betty White, like God rest her soul, what a gem. Everything with her, passion for animals. And it's incredible, like an entire lifetime for the most part, dedicating to a cause, a social cause. And I think that's another thing too with the pandemic is, just having, different conversations, episodes I've done in the past, having restaurant owners on, just hearing different people's perspectives with it and just talking to people I know. I think what's been really incredible is I feel like it was a humbling time, if anything. And I think a lot of us realized, speaking for myself at least, just how hard everybody, any profession is working, and to really appreciate that during these times.
Yeah, I think for me, the pandemic was pandemic knows no borders, and so we were all kind of like this one, sort of human race. And I think that that's a really important thing to remember, that we are all human, and we can all sort of have like joys, but also we can have, these kind of illnesses and things that are somewhat beyond our control. And a lot of times, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, when we were all in deep lockdown, sort of reminding people that, a lot of people like asylum seekers and people at the border and families like didn't have this kind of like luxury of social distancing and of like, okay, I'm going to be in this space. And if someone gets sick, I can go here. And so I think that, even those sort of like small things to remind people that, like how fortunate, some of us really are.